Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Rabbi srahli sadari wa yassirli amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Respected elders and beloved brothers and sisters in Indonesian Muslim community in Calgary, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's get back or imagine the 13th year of the Prophet's Risalah. 13 years of his Risalah. There was only 100 people with him. He has only 100 followers in Mecca with him. People of Taif rejected him. People of Mecca rejected him, mocked him. And when a caravan came into Mecca, they would tell the caravan there was a Majnun, the crazy guy, the magician in the city, referring to Prophet Muhammad SAW. After 13 years of hard work and sacrifices, Prophet Noah SAW spent 900 over years, and there were only 100 people with him. Even his children didn't join him, didn't follow him. So that doesn't sound very popular, right? But it is not a popularity show. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala look at the process, look at the effort. The result is with him. And sometimes, and in most cases for the prophets, right, alayhimussalam, the result came after his lifetime. Compared with other prophets, Prophet Muhammad SAW enjoyed successes. But still, the start of the widespread of Islam was during the second caliph. The expansion was during the second caliph, Umar radhiyallahu anhu. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wa rafa'na laka zikra. In the Quran, wa rafa'na laka zikra. We elevated you by your remembrance, right? Zikra, right? So we always remember. And even in Surat Al-Ahzab, Inna Allaha wa malaikatu yusholluna ala nabi. Yeah, so even Allah, the angels, send salawat to him. So it's a process, right? That counted, right? So this was, I mean, we are moving to the end of Surah Yusuf. In this case, the epilogue of the Surah Yusuf, because the story of Prophet SAW was completed last week, and at the first number 101. But now from 102 until 111 is the epilogue, right? Inshallah, today we will read verse number 102 until 106 in the Allah. And you would find that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, first point, mentioned to Prophet Muhammad during these difficult years, right? We mentioned before that Surah Yusuf was revealed during these difficult years to comfort Prophet Muhammad SAW, right? Even Prophet Yusuf experienced hardship. So, not that Prophet Muhammad SAW complained, but just to comfort him, right? That, you know, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala loved Prophet Muhammad, to comfort him, he revealed Surah Yusuf, right? That's first thing. Second thing, that in the epilogue of this Surah Yusuf is the fact of the Quran came from Allah. Allah proved it. So these people of Mecca, right? They are not known for their literature. There were only, during the time of the Prophet Muhammad, there were only less than 100 people knew how to read and write. Only less than 100 people knew how to read and write. There were not Jews. There were not Christians in Mecca. There were Jews in Medina, and there were Christians in in Syria and also in Yemen, but not in Mecca. So how could Prophet Muhammad SAW know the story of Yusuf? It's illogical that he read from literature. He couldn't even read. It's illogical that someone told this story to him, because some of the detail of Surah Yusuf that we read, not even in the Old Testament, not in the literature of Ahlul Kitab. So how could Prophet Muhammad SAW know? Not only know it, he also, knew very detailed and consistently. So this is the miracle of the Quran, and it's proof that it is from Allah. How could that not be from Allah? All right. So inshallah we will cover verses number 102 until 106 today. Before we start, let's read these verses together, inshallah. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dzalika min amba'il ghaibi nuhihi ilaik wa ma kunta ladaihim id ajma'u amrahum wa hum yamkurun. Wa ma aktsarun nasi walau harasta bimu'minin. Wa ma tas'aluhum alaihi min ajr in huwa illa dzikrul lil alamin. Wa ka'ayyim min ayatin fis samawati wal ardi yamurruna 'alaiha wa hum anha mu'ridun. Wa ma yu'minu aktsaruhum billahi illa wa hum musyrikun. Sadaqallahul azim. So we will use this translation for the purpose of our lesson today, inshallah. So here, verse number 102, that dzalika, yeah. So grammatically, it is more appropriate to use haza, yeah, this rather than that. But Allah used dzalika, that, because He subhanahu wa ta'ala elevated this story. Dzalika, elevated his story, right? This is from the story. It doesn't sound that that effect, right? It doesn't give that effect in English, but just that's why I explained to you. Zalika, Allah elevated it. That is from the stories of the unseen, which we reveal to you, of Prophet. You were not present when they all made up their minds and they plotted against Joseph. So, yeah, there's a footnote here that they refer to Joseph brothers, right? But why this story? Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala single out this story? Prophet Muhammad SAW wasn't there when the encounter between Siti Zulaiha and Prophet Yusuf took place. Prophet Muhammad SAW was not there in the prison with Prophet Yusuf alaihi salam. But why Allah picked this story? When they were not present, when they all made up their mind. And when they plotted against Yusuf. Why? Because this is the most secret of all, in the all stories of Prophet Yusuf alaihi salam. Nobody knew except those people. Yet, also Prophet Muhammad SAW mentioned it. That's why it came from Allah. It's a proof. Right? Nobody knows it. Even in the Old Testament, there was not of this. Right? Wama aktsarun nas, yeah, and most people will not believe. no matter how keen you are. So Prophet Muhammad SAW, the nature of every prophet, right? They are keen to to for their people to follow their risalah, right? Their messages, right? It's very natural. They wouldn't, just like, okay, if you don't follow, that's okay, I move on. No, of course, right? Here is a proof. You really want it. You are very keen. Just like in Surah Al-Kahf, fala'allaka bakhi'un. That's the most strong word there. Yeah. So Prophet Muhammad almost just as if he would kill himself. Of course he didn't, but almost like that. Yeah. Almost kill himself by his sadness, right? That people didn't not follow him, didn't follow the teaching of the Tawhid, the religion of Tawhid. So his concern is the teaching of Tawhid, yeah, rather than him as a person. So he was, because he wants them to be safe. He wants them to go to Jannah, right? So he wants them to follow the religion of Tawhid. So when they didn't, it's as if that he would be very sad, that it would almost kill him. Right? That's what's in the Surah Al-Kahf. And here he said that they must not believe, yeah, no matter how keen you are. So even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give the detail of Surah Yusuf, right? It's very clear that it's from Allah. If this is from Allah, then the other thing that Prophet Muhammad SAW gave the risalah to his people is also from Allah, but they wouldn't believe, right? No matter how keen you are. So here we can say that we just need to put our effort. The result is from Allah. It's not because of us. The result is from Allah, right? It's between Allah and his people, the people that the Prophet gave his messages to, right? That's the business between Allah and these people that receive the message, yeah, whether they would believe or not. All the Prophet was doing was to convey the message, yeah, balag. Yeah, that's one of the characters of the Prophet, yeah, to convey. Okay, even though you are not asking them for reward of this Quran. So Prophet Muhammad SAW didn't ask for money, right? In fact, Prophet Muhammad SAW and his family, it is haram for them to receive zakat. It's not about money. And this is the wisdom of Allah, right? Normally people, when you know that they didn't take any material gain, often we say, oh, they believe their cause. Yeah? We may not still not believe, right? But we may not still not believe. Yeah, but at least we acknowledge that this guy really, follow or do what they were supposed to do. Yeah, even Abu Sufyan. There was a story when he was in Syria. The Heraclius asked him, and despite at that time Abu Sufyan was not Muslim, he didn't tell anything bad about Prophet Muhammad in response to a question from the king, yeah, of in Syria, the Heraclius, right? He didn't say that. Oh, he's a nobleman. He said, right? He didn't take money. Yeah, he's very honest. He cared the needy. I mean, that's what he said, Abu Sufyan, radhiyallahu anhu. He became Muslim later on. That's why we said radhiyallahu anhu. At that time, at that point, he was not Muslim, right? So even though you're not asking them for reward or for this Quran, they still wouldn't believe. They may acknowledge, but they still wouldn't believe. It's only a reminder to the whole world. So your task, the Prophet task, is to send a reminder. And this applies to us as well when we give when we show the message of Islam to our contemporaries, right, to the people around us, right? Our task is to give them to convey the message. Yeah, of course there are many techniques of how to convey the message, right? We need to do it positively and carefully, yeah. But at the end of the day, no matter how carefully, no matter how positively we convey the message, it's not about our effort that they will follow us. It's the guidance comes directly from Allah to them, right? They decided, right? We can give them the knowledge, just like any knowledge, right? People know that smoking is bad, but still, that person might still be smoking, right? So we only remind them. And then the next verse, how many signs in the heavens and earth do they pass with indifference? Yeah. So at the time of Prophet, and even now, right? There are many already. Yeah, the Nabatean, you know Petra, right, in Jordan, right? That where people carve stone, mountain, right, and live there. These are very, this predated Prophet Muhammad SAW, and they were very advanced people. Even now, we don't know how they do it, right? The people of Egypt who built a pyramid, we don't know how they built it, right? At the time, it's the very advanced. The Rome, right? All these, water canal and so on, right? In Tunisia and so on. How they were very, their civilization was so high, yet they're gone because of rejection to the religion of Tawhid, be it Christian or the religion of Moses, right? So how many signs in the heaven and earth do they pass in difference? We go to Petra, let's say, we just took picture and so on and so forth. We didn't take notice, right? And the last verses for today, inshallah, wama yu'min. Yeah, so wama yu'minu. So, and most of them do not believe Allah without associating others with Him in worship. Now, this is very important. This is very important. So, some people, even during the time of Prophet Muhammad, they believe in Allah, right? They believe in Allah. In the Quran, if there were verses that if you ask them who created the heavens and earth, they would say it's Allah, right? But that's what the ayah says. There are times that, or there are many of them that believe in Allah, but also believe in other things. Shirk, yeah, associating others with Allah. And this happened until now. Yeah, you believe in Allah, fine. Yeah. But you also worship money. You also worship popularity. Yeah. You also worship power, leadership. Yeah. Hubuja and huburiasa, right? Love of popularity, love of fame, yeah, and love of leadership, right? So they worship there. And the most dangerous one, worship their ego. Yeah. Wherever their ego, they follow it. It's very dangerous. Yeah, so that's the first point from that last verse that we just read. Yeah, many people worship Allah, but many people doesn't worship Allah except that they worship Him together with other things. May Allah protect us. Yeah, and there's one other point actually, one last point before we close, that Iman is important, but it's about submission to what we believe. That is even more crucial, right? Iblis, Shaitan, they believe in Allah. In the Quran, they said that Rabbi, so, oh our Lord, postpone our punishment until end of the end of until the judgment day, right? So Iblis believe in Allah. So don't be just satisfied that we just believe in Allah. We need to submit. That's our religion, Islam, submission. And what do we submit? Our ego. Yeah, we submit it to Allah. So we are submitting our ego to Allah. Because otherwise, if we, worship our ego, that's the problem. A lot of problem, if not all, in this world because of ego. Aku liqouli hadza wastaghfiruh innahu huwal ghafurur rahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.